Switch on a computer. Hello, my dear friends. Best greetings from Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. I'm Victor Fursov. I'm research entomologist. I'm beekeeper and teacher, and this is my channel. Welcome to the channel, Dr. Victor Fursov, entomologist, beekeeper, teacher. And I'm sending these greetings from the capital of Ukraine, the Kiev. And what's going on here and now at the present time? Actually, today was a quiet day. No too much noise was in Kiev, so unfortunately, we have still very large front line with our crazy neighbor on the east and on the south. So all these atrocities are continuing all this time. So we are supporting our army in their fighting, at least morally, enthusiastically, and sometimes some people can send some financially. So I really appreciate for efforts for another people who do it from the military part, who is just responsible for the military service. Actually, several of my friends and friends of friends were still in the army because of this war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia is trying to attack Ukraine as much as possible, and we are just protecting our land. And we are hoping for the victory of Ukraine. We do hope for the victory of Ukraine. Not only hope, we believe in it. So because there is no other choice. And this channel is devoted now to entomology, the science about insects. And I am speaking in English because I do not like to speak in another language or neighbors, because some of my audience was from another side, from the east and from the north. So if they do not know English, that's their problem. All around the world knows English very well. So I really welcome my viewers like Simple Rose from United States, from Oregon. Simply Rose, hello to the university in Oregon, who is sending some Rose, hello. I'm very pleased that the whole world is sending us support. Over 100 countries all around the world supporting Ukraine financially, and some military support, what is the most important. And Ukrainian military people just very active, and they are protecting our land with arms in hands, with heavy weapons, with different arms, and all world supporting us in different ways. I really appreciate that some people, some of my friends abroad, also supporting us as well. So I sending them greetings to France, to Italy, to England, to United States of America, and to other countries who send us greetings, connecting with me through computer now as well, because every week we have some problems, unpleasant war problems in Kiev. This day was quiet, as I said, so it was day for shopping, for resting a little bit because it was a weekend. And what's going on later during the next week, we don't know, because every day we are expecting some strange activities from our neighbor, from the military side of not Ukrainian, but from Russian side, because we're sending all the time drones, some missiles, some explosives, especially in the front line, and it's a really heavy situation. So that's why I really appreciate our army and volunteers who are supporting the army. Well, if you are a volunteer, hello and greetings to you as well. Thank you for your support. If you are a volunteer from another country, support Ukraine as well. I am really pleased. For instance, once I was talking with one lady on email or in comments on my channel, and she asked, actually, I was going for shopping and I've seen just some volunteers who are collecting money for Ukraine. I was talking with you about situation in Ukraine, and I decided to support, and I sent I gave them $100 myself. If I didn't talk with you, I didn't give it because I didn't know about the situation. So that's why I was surprised, but nevertheless I said myself, yes, even small talk with good person can support the country. One drop, another drop, and many drops will be just a stream which is supported our country and our activities and supporting the whole world. Peace against the evil from the north and from the east. That's strange. Sorry about it. Talking about it's long story to tell about it. Maybe one stream will be only about it. This is a little bit introduction. Yes, what's going on about insects? Let's show some insects on my channel because I have many insects recorded on videos. Yesterday I was talking about honeybees, about ants, about society of honeybees, about the relations between honeybees and about ants. So some ants, they have a predaceous community, predaceous colony, and honeybees, we have phytophagous, we would say, colony, but also this is not communist society in a colony of honeybees, and there is not communist society in a colony of ants. And this kind of there is a kind of democracy which is close, like we would say, to socialist society in time of capitalist society. But this is a very complicated question, but I will tell about it later several times in details more and more. Okay, what's about insects? Let's go to my archive with videos, and I will show some video now. Yes, first of all, not first, but not the least, insect will come to our channel. This is rhinoceros beetles and small collembola just crawling on the wood. Yes, these very nice rhinoceros beetles or rhino beetles appearing in Kiev, even in sleeping areas like where I'm living. So in the end of May, beginning of June, yes, beginning of June, firstly appeared some scholar wasps, and after scholar wasps, coming rhinoceros beetles, coming some scarabid beetles, and rhinoceros beetle also is belonging to the family scarabid beetles, scarab beetles. So some May beetles coming, but this is more or less coming in June. So heavy, and this is actually male of rhinoceros beetle on this video, male, because as a real rhinoceros has a horn, and this is feature of male. They're flying very well sometimes. Once I've seen on my own eyes how a rhino beetle crossed the road just between cars. Of course, I didn't run to catch him because the rhino beetle, probably the male big one, crossed two roads near on the cross. I crossed the cross, and I was surprised. Yeah, rhino just crossed one side of a road and then just next side of the road, two times crossed the cross between cars. And what is about movement? Movement is very interesting of arena beetle, just like this, up and down, up and down. Heavy beetle is just flying, not just straight away, straight away. No. Arena beetle is flying up and down, just like heavy beetle, up and down. Next insect on our screen, these are wasps. These are wasps also appearing somewhere in June, different types of wasps. They appear around the house during the whole summer because these are different wasps. This black on the left side, this is Ammophila wasp, predaceous wasp, solitary wasp, and on the right side, yellow color, this is social wasp, or Palistes genus. and they're sitting here in a cage, so that's why we're trying to communicate between them, sometimes aggressively, because sometimes politely between them, because they have no choice, just only to communicate in a cage. I put them in a cage to record a little bit their behavior. Ammophila wasp, black one, is predaceous and collecting some caterpillars, long caterpillars, bigger than Ammophila of the family Noctuidae, and Palistes, predaceous for all another kind of insects, like flies, beetles, and bringing it to their nest because they are social wasps for feeding their larvae. And here, on next video, I show you also wasps, but these are parasitic wasps. You say, what about parasitic wasp? What does it mean? What's the meaning of parasitic wasp? And they're very small. Yes, they're very small. Here they are high magnification of a microscope. And the size of these little creatures, very small, just half of millimeter. So every one of here, half of millimeter. Very, very small, very, very tiny. They are belonging to the family Trichogrammatidea. This is the Trichogramma genus. Trichogramma, the same I have here on my poster, the same just behind of me on the poster, the parasitic wasp, calcid wasps, and they just hatched, just emerged from the eggs of butterflies in the culture, and they are used for biological control of pests, biological control of different Lepidoptera pests in agriculture. That's why some laboratories sending it to me for identification, and when they're hatching, I have the culture in my laboratory. So, and I recorded them just for presentation. And next video, next one, next insect. Next insect is much bigger than wasps. Yes, sometimes you can be scared by this insect, yeah, because so strange. And this is a mole cricket. Mole cricket with very big first pair of hands, which is used just for searching the earth to hide somewhere under the ground. Yes, moving very fast, difficult to keep it in hands. Yes, has a very long antenna and also just wings. And also this creature, mole cricket, like another crickets of the same order. Orthoptera has a wings, not only that tiny bees, but also mole cricket has wings. And just I'm push here just a huge light to show the head of the small cricket. So you can see also two eyes, big eyes, so not very big like in dragonflies, but good enough. This female can watch very well, so and escape from another predator. She's phytophagous and also predaceous, can eat some insects, some slugs, some snails, some another insects, but living under the ground in the gravity somewhere underground in the soil, and sometimes eating roots in the garden. So that's why this mole cricket is considered to be a pest of orchard. So many people, gardeners, do not like it very much, hate it very much, and hunting for this mole cricket. Here, finally, I gave a little bit honey for mole cricket on a stick, and mole cricket was very happy just for moisture and for honey. I didn't expect that mole cricket will like even honey. So honey is very good food for all insects, even for mole cricket. So now you know. What's about next insect? Next insect will be very close to the mole cricket. Looks like it, and also live in a litter on the ground. Earwig. Some people afraid it very much, saying that earwig can come to my ear and will seem dangerous because all this forceps on the other small beetles crawling around. They came just to my so I put them in a cage for showing video here. Beetles of families Staphylinidae, Elateridae, some Dytiscidae beetles. This one Elateridae, and this is Dytiscidae water beetle. Just on the back, the small one. This is Staphylinidae, an earwig belonging to the order Dermapter, and forceps on the back of abdomen, on the belly of this creature is very convenient for to catch the prey, to catch the small insect, to keep it, and then bring it to the like on a fork to the head for food, like for eating on fork. So that's why forceps are quite convenient to catch the prey, and also another predators or even humans a little bit afraid of this creature because some people get even bite or can sting with force. So no. He is male and female. They do not bite humans because they cannot bite through the skin of the humans. That's too small. So don't be afraid about earwigs. Yes, mole cricket needed to eat and was very hungry for food. So it was enjoying the honey. And next one, insects. These are insects very common in the springtime. Everybody knows it. Firebugs, Latin name Pyrrhocoreceptors. Why they are? Because they look like in the clothes of a fireman, and who was in the previous time were clothes in a red color. So they're gathering together and they're mating together. So here in the center, the male and female. So they're just attached to one another and crawling around just in pairs. Very easy for keeping in a culture. Not so easy because they're dying very quickly, but they're easy because they're not dangerous. They're not biting. They're not stinging. Completely dangerous. They're phytophagus. They're eating seeds of different plants. Sometimes they can eat dead bodies of dead insects and other small animals. And they're funny because even in a small cage, fertilized females will lay small rounded eggs, even in the same cage, after 1-2 days, keeping them just this colony all together in the cage. So, and then just from these eggs, small new generation will be hatching very quickly after 1 week again. So that's why firebugs very good for. Anyway, here some flowers stink these flowers for juice because they're phytophagus, so they're sucking the juice with their proboscis, but they do not penetrate the skin of humans with the tongue, or they looks like a sting on the head. No, never, because they're very soft, very cute, very fun. Many children like them very much, and this is a good example of laboratory insect for investigations of life cycle, temperature, influence of pesticides. So very commonly used laboratory model, how biologists can say model insects for investigation, for research. One or another subject study like pesticides, so people can test pesticide. The pesticide is dangerous for insects, so we select these tiny creatures as model or experimental insects. Here I show you next one insect. Just uploaded. All right. This is summertime. Very nice insect. So here, the looks like a colony of rhinoceros beetles. Look like colony. No, this is not a colony, but I have collected them for a few days. Not all of them immediately in one day, but one day to now, maybe during the whole week, I collected one by one these rhinoceros beetles in one very proliferous day. Yeah. So here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 individuals of rhino beetles on the same plate with catalpa flowers, so which is flowering catalpa tree, flowering in June time. So I put them together, so very, very cute. So crawling not very fast, easy for observations. And later I released them. Just I collected them together to show their activity and to show their behavior, because were active in night time and in evening time. To be precise, were active just between the evening and between the night, when sun is during the time of a sunset, still clouds on the skies, it's still gray skies, and in this time between night and evening, these funny creatures always just go out from the soil. They're going outside from the soil, or we're sitting sometimes on trees. So of course, when we're flying, it's quite difficult to catch them. They fly very well. But when we're sitting, we're helpless. We're helpless, easy to come and find. Oh, so big beetle, very easy to find. And many people do not see them, do not observe them. They just crash them sometimes. Sometimes they're dying because of car accidents under the wheels of cars and some crosses. Last year was very proliferous so this is even before last season. This is 2020 was very dry and few beetles were coming, but 2021 was proliferous and many beetles emerged in our area. So this is from 2021. So it was really very funny to see them so many all together. I guess so it is funny for you too. One more video coming. So we'll do the next. Okay, here I show you well-known beetles. Well-known beetles coming here. And these beetles, big beetles, very well known. So super mealworm. Why super? Because they're super big. Many species of mealworms of a family. Tenebrionidae are small one, but these are about 2 centimeters size, so big one. And we have a very long larvae. That's why they're called super mealworm. Here we are sitting in the culture, eating banana, skin of banana, very happy about it. Have a good sense of smell. So if you put some fruits or just pieces of the skin bananas, they just come in very quick and just feeding it. Even I made some marks on the beetle, put a mark like one male, number number 7 for identification, but we were moving very well in this cage, so the label just released was lost very quickly. Super mealworm is very common food for pets like lizards, like chameleons, all the kinds of home pets who can eat insects, so can eat super mealworm. So many people are raising them in captivity as a home culture for food for home pets. Even some people say that we can use adults, some of the beetles and larvae for feeding some big size fish in aquariums. So some aquarium fish pretty big. So if one person said, I am just picking the beetle and giving it for my fish, fish is happy to take it. Despite some beetles, they have pheromones, they have some liquids, secretory glands, and they're smelling a little irritating. They're smelling a little bit irritating. So if we're quiet, they're not smelling very much, but if you take them, they have some glands just between thorax and abdomen and the top of the abdomen. So you can see just like a milk on the body. This is a liquid from glands, just distracting a possible predator like humans or some birds. And then just when bird can smell the smell, so she will release such disgusting and not tasty beetle. So that's why some glands are helpful for self-protection. So yes, many people breed it in a school, and I gave it as a for some children during insect exhibitions as well. In elementary school, the people are very happy about them because they're very cute, not aggressive, very good for keeping in the culture. And maybe finally, I show this insect, which is not so polite as these beetles. These beetles are very good for culture, yes, super mealworm. But next one is coming. This is a queen wasp. The queen of the wasp, queen of the hornet. Several of them, and they're in collection, so they're just on pin. Yes, this is scientific collection with open mandibles, and extracted sting on the body on the top of the body. Very long sting, about 5-6 millimeters, which can sting very painfully if you are not careful. This is another queen. Queen is bigger than normal. Worker of the hornets, a little bit bigger, at least 1-2 centimeters, and the total size about 3.5 centimeters, so about inch size, about inch, a little bit bigger. Open mandibles show that mandibles are very important, they're aggressive, so they're taking their food and insects or just another animals with their big mandibles on head. So that's another queen, also with extracted sting. Yes, they have spread wings just here for exhibition, and you see here mandibles down there, then tongue on between mandibles, and also antennae. And here this is invasive species. First one was Vespa crabber European hornet, and this is small Asian hornet, Vespa velutina, black hornet, Vespa velutina, which is invaded half of Europe now. I got these specimens from France for identification and for exhibition and for photographing, for educational purposes. Dead one, of course. Dead one. They were dead. And one exterminator from France sent me this is as a gift for exhibition. And this is Vespa crabber European hornet. They're fighting sometimes, but sometimes the species are living peacefully all together. But small Asian hornet is more proliferous, making a bigger colony than European species. very active and catching all possible places in their environment for making nests. So European hornets prefer to find very hidden place somewhere under the roof, inside the crevices of trees, only especially in hidden place. But on the right side, the queens of European hornet, and on the left side, smaller size, these are Vespa velutina, small Asian hornet. But Vespa velutina is very adaptable species, adapted to make their hornet nests everywhere where possible. For instance, in open house, just before house, on a tree, near and under the tree, on the top of tree, just under the roof, in open place, on the branch of a tree, without hesitation. They are making nests even just near the houses, on your veranda, on veranda near the house. So that's why they're very unpleasant, and also they're dangerous because they're stinging very much painfully, especially because they are making very huge colony, up to 10,000 specimens in it, or maybe 20 and even more individuals in one big, like the size of half of human, or this size of a nest, which can be just on the tree, and many of these dangerous wasps will be flying around, and sometimes dangerous for people. Already now in France, in Italy, in Spain, in Belgium, already came to Germany, already came to Britain, maybe will appear very soon in Poland and in Ukraine, and then just to the north and east. Because invasive species means can be invasive through a different geographical and countries' borders. Yes. Yes, I know about this Asian species, Asian hornet, which came to United States of America, and also was collected in Vancouver in Canada. But fortunately, after the liquidation by some services during the next years, there were no new records in these areas about new nests. But this is preliminary, because if they spread somewhere in the forest, it's very difficult to control them. Hello to Galaxy. Thank you for watching Simply Rose from United States. Yes, thank you very much. And thank you for everyone who will be watching it in the recording mode. I hope something was surprising and interesting for you. I hope you can, if you have seen big rhino beetles in your village, in your city, write it in the comments. So if you have not seen it in your childhood, it's a good reminder about your childhood days, because childhood days are always pleasant, interesting, and fascinating. So I hope it can be interesting for some school children, for pupils, and for small kids, because some parents showing my videos for their kids as well. And some young kids, even small one in other countries who can speak English, can watch my video and can understand it. So thank you very much for attention. Thank you for your activity. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my Patreon page to make donations. And thank you for watching, and welcome for my video stream next time, because in a stream time we can just exchange by some messages on the right side of the screen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I read myself as well. Thank you. I type it. Thank you. No, I type in the language. No, that changes. Thank you. Galaxy, from what place? Where are you living, Galaxy? Type in what country are you coming from, Galaxy? Yeah, I guess so. You are in Ukraine, because you wrote just Dobro večera, it means good evening. Thank you for coming. Good luck and see you soon. Bye bye. Next video coming soon. To be continued.